and welcome back to another video on Concept Bio. In this question, I'm going to be looking at a question given at IISc, and sometimes I've heard it's even given in the CSIR question paper. So now what's the question? Question is, an amino acid has three ionizable groups with pKa values of 2, 10.5 and 3.8. They didn't tell if it's pKa 1, 2 or 3. And finally calculate the pi. So now how do we go about it? So now we have to have some basics on isoelectric point. You can learn from my previous videos over here. And I hope you have the basic understanding, and let's get into the question. So let's go about it. So what has to happen is, it is best practice to write all the pK values in order. So now we'll just write pKa. I don't know if it's 1 or 2. I'll just write pKa 1 will be 2.0. Another pK value will be 3.8 in ascending order. And pKa, some random one, would be 10.5. Alright. So now, starting by looking at it, we know every amino acid will have an alpha carboxyl COOH, NH3 plus and R group and H bond over here. Now looking, if we know there are three pK values, it means this R group is charged. Now we also know that the pKa1, which corresponds to your alpha carboxyl group, will always be around the range of 2.6. Okay, around the range, so it will never go above 3. So we know 2 points, this pKa, this is 2, is going to be pKa1. Alright. Now the amino group, if you look at it, it is always around pKa2 will always be around the value of 9.6. It will be always about the range of 9.6. So we know this has to be pKa2. And I'll tell you another reasoning why. Because now 3.8, if you look at all the triprotic amino acids, which are HR, ED, HRK, one minute, HRK, E, D and C and Y. These two are the acidic amino acids. These are basic, and this is the cysteine and tyrosine. If you remember them, only the acidic amino acids will have a pK value somewhere around it. So we know it's either going to be aspartic acid or glutamic acid. So now this has to be pKa3. Now we know so much. Now we know if it's going to be aspartic acid or glutamic acid, this is going to be a COOH. Now you understand why I'm telling you this has to be aspartic or glutamic acid, because histidine, we all know physiological buffer has a pKr of 6. Arginine and lysine, being basic, would have pK3 values well in the range of 12, 12.3, 12.5, something like that. Cysteine and tyrosine again have values around in 10 or 12 range. And we know, if it's okay, this could also be the pK3, but we know the pKa2 can never be as low as 3.8 no matter what. It will always be in the ballpark range of 9.6. That's why we can make a logical conclusion that this has to be the order. Now how to look at it? Now we know, so we know this is its protonated stage. So I'll just draw this again. COOH, COOH. I'm assuming it's going to be either histidine or glutamic acid. Both have the same N terminal. NH3 plus and H. This is at pH equals, this is at the most protonated stage. Now if I, I'm really sorry to do it like this. I'll draw it in this kind of fashion. See, I hope everyone's used to COOH or COOH, COOH, NH3 plus H. Now this is thing. Now pKa1. If we cross pKa1, which is 2.0, what would happen? Only the alpha carboxyl group would be removed. COO minus, COOH, NH3 positive, H. So net charge over here was plus 1. Net charge over here is plus 0. This is our zwitter ion already. pKa3. See, now next will be pKa3. Alright. Because it is in the next highest one. If we go there, it will be COO minus. pKa3 always corresponds to your functional group, COO minus, NH3 plus and H. So what is this going to be? This is going to have a net charge of minus 1, plus 1, minus 1, minus 1, minus 1. And we can continue this again, crossing our pKa2 value, giving us the structure that looks like COO minus NH2 COO minus H. net charge of -2 because -1. The reason I'm not drawing this with much thing is because we already know the question is asking only for pi. We don't have to waste time over here. Directly we know pi will always be equal to the pk values before and after the Zwitter ion that formed. So over here it would be pi is equal to pKa1 plus pKa3 divided by 2. So that will be around equals to 2 plus 3.8 divided by 2. That will be equal to 2 plus 3.8 divided by 2. So 2.9. The pi for this is 2.9 and which is the answer. Alright. Now just to make this point go home, I'm going to give you another question. Given pk values 2.7, 9.04 and 12.48. You can stop watching here, but for those who want to understand more, I'm just doing it. Again, arrange pka random one is going to be 2.17, pk a random, I don't know which, it will be 9.04, and pk random is going to be 12.48. Now, if you remember from my previous thing I told, 2.7 around ballpark of 2.6 has to be pKa1. Now the confusion occurs, pKa2 and pK3, which would it be? Now look at pK at 12.48. Remember I told you pKa2 will always be in the range of 9.6. Rarely, very rarely does it go all the way to 12. If it goes, I think it's for proline, but then remember proline is not triprotic, so this can't be a proline structure. This is some of the basic amino acid like histidine, arginine, or lysine. If you like, the reason you're wondering, no question will be this difficult. Remember, this is a question from IISc, India's premier institute. So they're going to be expecting a certain level of knowledge or prerequisite knowledge that you would have. So now looking at that, we can say with confidence this has to be pKa3 and this will be pKa2. So if you go about it, how would you look like? This is a basic amino acid, obviously, because we're having a high value pH. So NH3 plus COOH, NH3 plus H. Okay, so now this is the structure. If I increase this structure above pKa1, what would happen? Just remember this over here, please. I don't want to draw it again. So COO minus NH3 plus NH3 plus H. So the net charge over here was +2. The net charge over here is +1. If I increase it to pKa2, then COO minus NH3 plus NH2. Net charge here is 0, Zwitter ion. And finally, if we cross our pKa3, what would happen? COO minus NH2 NH2H. Net charge -1. So which is our Zwitter ion? This is our Zwitter ion. Which are the pK values flanking it? This and this. So Pi will be equal to the taking the pK values before and after the Zwitter ion stage. That will be equal to 9.04 plus 12.48 divided by 2. So calculating that, we'll be getting 9.04 plus 12.48 divided by 2. We'll be getting a value of 10.76. And this is the PI value for this particular amino acid. Please remember why I'm taking the logic for taking this and incorporate it into your learning. And this has been Concept Bio. I hope it has been of help to you. Don't forget to like and subscribe and ask any questions down in the comment section down below. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in my next video. Bye.